Today, we want to be talking about getting started with Java programming language. In our previous video, we have emphasized that Java is a good example of a high-level programming language. And of course, for you to write programs using Java as a language, you must be familiar with the different set of syntaxes in Java. If you do not know this, either as beginner, intermediate, or professional programmer, then there will be a problem. You must have a good grasp of Java programming syntaxes. Java as an object-oriented programming language makes use of some basic concepts that are relevant in OOP. Some of these are class, package, class inheritance, method, polymorphism, encapsulation, abstraction, and so on. Some other topical issues that have to be covered when you are learning Java programming language are as listed. For you to know how to write programming in Java better, in this video, I have provided two different examples, and I will be teaching live on how to get this kind of simple programs written. Let's look at the first programming example. Write a Java program to display the message, "Study computer science is interesting," 40 times. As a programmer, you will recall that I have mentioned the need for you to understand the concept SDLC, which has 6 stages. In line with what I have taught you, the very first stage is problem definition. So going through this one, the question asks us just to display. That is the problem. And being able to define it correctly, the question says we should display it 40 times. In that case, we're going to make use of loop statements. And also, having done a proper analysis, you can sketch an algorithm, or write an algorithm on how to do that. But for the purpose of time, we're only going to go straight to writing the code, which is the third stage of SDLC. If I want to get started in Java, I can write my comment. A Java program to display message. Let me write this way. The next thing is that I may make use of import statement because I want to display. I can say import java.io.asterisk. In subsequent video, we'll be explaining all those. Having done that, the next thing I do is to choose a name for my program. The name choosing for the program is the main class. In this case, I want to call it public class message1. So if you look at that, and a class starts with an opening brace, then I will define my main method as well, public static void main string args. It can come before the argument, it can come after, and have an opening brace as well. Having done that, the next thing I do is to declare my variable. I need a variable. In this case, I want to call it J as an index variable for my loop, because I'm going to display this statement 40 times. In that case, I need a loop statement, and I need an index variable or subscript variable J to be able to repeat that. So in Java, I can easily write like this: for J is equal to 1, J less than or equal to 40, that is the termination condition, J plus plus. I have an opening brace to indicate the beginning of the for loop. And in Java to print, I use the system.out.println. Subsequent video will be explaining that as well. The message is studying computer science is interesting. You put all that, that is the message prompt. And the way I've written this code, closing brace for the for loop, closing brace for the main method, closing brace for the main class. This is the solution for this problem. As programmers, you do not need to cram anything. Let's go to another example. This example is different from this. And that is why in programming, we're not talking about cramming. We're interested in you understanding the problem, get started with your SDLC, do a proper analysis, do a proper design, then you proceed to decoding, which is the third stage of SDLC. The question says, write a Java program, not C++, not Python. To do what? To find the value of P. This is the output variable. Given that P is equal to 30x plus 20y. As part of the analysis, the next thing you do is to translate this to computer expression. This is an arithmetic expression. When you look at it, between 13 and x, there is an operator, which is multiplication. That's what I'm doing. Having done this proper analysis, P is the output variable, is what I'm looking for. Equal to is an assignment operator. 13 is a constant. Asterisk A is a multiplication. X is an input variable. Plus is an operator, arithmetic operator. 20 is a constant. Asterisk A is an operator, also arithmetic operator. Y is another input variable. By this, it means we're going to write a program in such a way that it will allow user to supply the values of X and Y, substitute them here, and then compute 30 multiplied by X plus 20 multiplied by Y and store the whole result in P. As young programmer, you can start with comments. A program to find P. And having done that, you can make use of two import statements here. Import java.io.asterisk. We have a special video that we use to explain classics and packages. The other one is using your utility package and the scanner class. Because of time, I will still try to just write the code, and I want you to follow the other videos that explain things better. Having done this, the next thing is to write my main class, public class P calculation. That's the name I want to give it. Write your main method, public static void main string args. You can write it before and it can come after. We may manage it this way. Opening brace or so. You declare all your variables. I want to declare my P first, int P. I want to declare my X. I want to declare my Y. And having done that, the next thing I do is to declare my scanner class. Declare my scanner variable from the scanner class. I want to call that one capital T. Scanner. Scanner T is equal to new scanner system.in. We create time to explain all this as well. Having done that, I will be using this scanner variable T to be able to supply the value of X and Y. I can say X is equal to T dot next int, because I declare my X to be an integer variable. Y is equal to T dot next int as well. Having supplied value of X and Y, I can easily compute my P. I can now have P is equal to, go to that expression, 13 asterisk X plus 20 asterisk Y. And I can easily print system.out.print. I'm printing only P. I may not use println here. And then closing brace for the method, closing brace for this. So what we're emphasizing here is that for every programming question, as a beginner programmer, you must take time to understand the syntax of the language you want to use, to understand the problem that you want to solve, and to find a better way of using SDLC, the stages in SDLC, while solving your problem. By the time you go through this, to some extent, you are getting started in Java programming. Thank you, and God bless.